first things first is I'm going to put my primer on, which is Express Hydration by Nivea, which I've spoken about before. Put it all over my face and give it a second to set in. The next thing that I'm going to do is put on my foundation. I've got a really cheap one by NYC, All Day Long foundation, in Classic Beige. Works really well on my skin tone, it practically matches it perfectly. So I'm just using that one today, and using a kabuki brush by MAC, which is a 180, to spread that and kind of get it everywhere, not leaving any stone unturned. All done. Next thing I'm going to do is use my concealer palette by MAC, which is in medium. It's got the 6 colours to it. I'm only going to use a couple now just to cover some blemishes that are coming through. I don't have many, but I've got more dark tones under my eyes, so I'm just trying to cover those a little bit. Using a small flat brush just to dab that in. And now the eyebrows, the bane of my life. So I'll start off with a MUA Makeup Academy 3-in-1 Extreme Contour Liner, which isn't necessarily actually obviously for your eyebrows, but it's got really greasy kind of feel to it, which is really nice to spread out with a brush afterwards. So I'm just using a small little flat brush, which actually looks like a lip brush, but it's perfect for eyebrows because you can change the width and things with it. So I'm just spreading across that MUA product and kind of pushing it where I want it to go. I will do an eyebrows tutorial, so I won't concentrate too much on this, but the side that I'm doing now I do pretty well. Shame about the other side. So now I'm going to try and do my right side. Now I need to elongate that side because there's some hair missing at the end, so I will do that. Also sometimes I do blend a eyeshadow by MAC called Concrete, which matches my tone quite well. It's quite grey, but you don't want anything too black, if that makes sense, otherwise you'll look crazy. Now I'm using the excess foundation that I had on my hand to accentuate the brows by defining them with some underneath and above them, just to brighten everything up again. Now I'm using a Maybelline eyeshadow called 24 Carat, which is a new one. It's quite shimmery. I'm using it as a base before I put on a MAC powder shadow with a brush. So my MAC shadow will stick better to this one now. There it is. It's called Honey Lust. I'm just quite liberally putting it a little bit under my eyes, near the waterline and on top of the lid. The next colour is by MAC also. It's a powder shadow called Embark, which is a really matte brown colour. Comes in handy all the time. And just putting it in the creases with a flat brush and blending it out with a blending brush, but staying in the corner, on the outer corners, not bringing it in too much. If you want a more dramatic look, you can bring it in a bit more, but I think because I'm putting eyeliner on top, I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more neutral. Next thing is eyeliner. So I'm using the Too True Pro Tech Extreme eyeliner in black and creating quite a thick flick, but bringing it back on myself. So I always start from the outside and kind of bring it in and fill in where I can. I'll do a tutorial on that. Now just using the rest of the excess foundation to go under the eyes and a little bit over to pick up any fallout from the eyeshadow. So once that's all done, the next thing I'm going to do is use the Maybelline mascara. So just brushing that through, not really so much for the effect it has, but just to have the mascara on before I put my lashes on. Lashes always stay a little bit better in my opinion when you've got mascara on, because they kind of stick together a little bit. So I'm just gluing the lashes now. I tend to leave them a minute and do something while I'm waiting for them to set until they become a bit tacky. So I'm just going to use the MUA Undress Your Skin Shimmer Highlighter, and I'm putting that on down my nose, on my chin, on my forehead and on the tops of my cheeks just to highlight. Okay, and now I'm using a MAC Mineralise Skin Finish bronzer in dark to contour. So creating a fish face, as you do, tops of the foreheads in the corner, and the jawline as well a little bit. Just to give my face a little bit more definition. I'm squeezing the brush a little bit and kind of doing my nose. I seem to be out of view for quite a bit of that, I apologise. Now the lashes are ready to put on. So I've literally just popped them behind my real lashes so they don't get kind of entangled, and kind of pressed it with my fingers. I find it easiest to kind of do it with my fingers, and sometimes dab it in with a cotton wool if need be, but that seems to be fine. Give it a minute to set and do my lip liner, which I'm using a MAC Spice pencil, which is a brilliant everyday nude. And then I'm going to use a lip gloss to put on top of it, which is Cream Puff by Collection 2000 in shade 2. It's matte. I've never seen or used a matte finish lip gloss, but I love this. It kind of gave a lipstick feel to it. Wipe the excess off my hand and just use a MAC powder which is translucent, just for any shiny areas that I had. And the last thing, which I forgot to do before the powder, was Warm Soul blusher by MAC on the apples of my cheeks. Let my hair down, kind of show you how it would look better seeing as I'm in sportswear. And that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed.